Welcome, this is the Flat Earth Genius. Today is March the 6th, 2018, and we're here to do a little video. Welcome. I want to do this video today in response to a Flat Earther, the YouTube channel, Chris Curtis, and I will bring it up here on the screen so you can see who I'm talking about. Right here, this is his recent video from today. Here is his channel, Chris Curtis, published today, March 6, 2018. And in it, he's taken up a challenge that Woofy, everybody's favorite globe-tard, has offered to give away a drone, I suppose, if you can prove the equatorial mounted telescope is full of shit or whatever. So that's not what I'm getting into in this video. I do think the equatorial mount telescopes are gimmicks. I have my reasons why. The main thing is because the Earth is flat. You see, here's the issue with, just real quick on that. Let me go back full screen here, sorry. Most people's arguments, the globe believers' arguments, come from a presupposition that we live on a globe. And the heliocentric model and the math and everything is, without fail or without fault. So they have accepted into their heart, they've asked the Lord Globe Christ into their heart, and by a step of faith, they believe what's written in the good book of science. See, it's their religion. They've never been to the sun, they've never been to the moon, they've never been to outer space, hell, they've never been to Antarctica. Some of them, like Woofy's, probably never been to the US. I've never been to Australia. Maybe he has been to the US. But the point is, our understanding is very limited in our real world experience. So we go off of what others tell us. That's just how the world works. You buy a car, you don't disassemble it to make sure that fuel pumps actually pump fuel and water pumps pump water and tires have air. You believe, you take on faith that the manufacturer knew what they were doing when they put that car out. So you get behind the wheel and put your whole family at risk by faith. And we do that with everything in this world, right? Just about, I'm sitting on this chair by faith. I believe that it was engineered good enough that it can support my weight. You drive over a bridge, you do it by faith. You don't know if that bridge is sound or if it's going to fall, but you just do it anyways. It's a leap of faith we take in our everyday lives. So many times we operate by faith. And globe believers are no different. They operate by faith. They believe the books. They talk about Christians are so stupid and gullible to believe a book. Well, they believe the books too. We've never seen God, right? Have you ever seen God? Have you ever talked with God? Well, then you're just a blind religious zombie. That's what they tell us. But they've never been to space. They've never seen the Earth from the moon. They've never seen a satellite orbiting Earth. So they take that by faith, no different. So the presupposition is that the heliocentric model is correct. So all of their mind is kind of boxed into that understanding of a heliocentric mindset. And it's hard for them to get out of that mindset and see it from a different paradigm. So because of that, you got people like Woofy who are stuck on this equatorial mount proof that he has. To him, proof that the Earth is a globe is as easy as an equatorial mount telescope work. You see, why have problems with that? To me, proof of a globe or a flat earth is whether or not it's flat or it's curved, right? So many people try to use secondary proofs as a primary proof. Oh, look at the sun, it's round, or the other planets are round, or the moon's shadow is round, so therefore the earth must be a ball. I call horse shit on all that. From our experiments, from flat earthers' experiments, which have been many and all over the globe, have been more than numerous and more than prove that there is no curve. I've seen enough. I mean, we still have the Lake Balatron laser test coming. There's a Forced Align test coming from, I think, Sleeping Warrior or someone else. There's been so many, not to mention the whole Brazilian documentary they're fixing to release. They've been working 7 years on, which is going to annihilate the globe. So, you know, we've had enough proof that the ground measures flat. We can't find the curve. We've looked for it. Believe me, we've looked for it honestly. And I know we see buildings cut off and windmills cut off and other things cut off at the bottom over long distances, and there's reasons for that. This isn't for this video. Really, this is for Chris Curtis. I just wanted to preface this by saying these few things. So if you're going to try to understand the flat earth, you got to come out from your mindset. You have to, for the sake of knowledge and learning, you're going to have to set aside your preconceived ideas in order to understand something that's completely in a different paradigm. There's no way you can fit this one into this one. It's kind of like the Bible says, you can't put old wine in the new wineskins. You know, you're going to have to change up here. So, you know, I just encourage the globe believers, you know, if you're honest with yourself, you know, try not to be so contradictory right off the bat. Your immediate reaction is always, no, this flies in the face of what I believe. Well, of course it does. We're talking about a flat earth versus a globe. It's going to fly in the face. But try to step back for a minute, take yourself out of the situation as far as, you know, your emotions go, and be objective, be scientific, as if you're a robot with no feelings or emotions, and you just, all you do is you're programmed to look at data and make judgments. You know, you kind of have to be like that. You have to get yourself out of the way. Which leads me to the topic here for a few minutes. I want to talk to Chris Curtis personally. I'm talking to you personally. The same way globe believers do that, I feel you're doing the same thing. You have ideas, you have some presuppositions that work out in your mind, and I'm saying you're honest about it. You're 100%. You're not trying to deceive us, I don't think. You're not a shill, I don't think. So I give you the benefit of the doubt that you're being honest and open and intellectual, and you have a passion to try to help wake people up, like you said in one of your comments to me a little bit ago. Excuse me while I grab my coffee. So, but I've been going back and forth with you for a few weeks now. It started with your video on, and the title was something like, there's no way you could have 14 and a half hours of sunlight on a globe. And you went video after video for a couple days there, really harping on this thing. You just couldn't figure out how to get more than 12 hours of light on a globe. And if you go back and look at the video, you'll see my comments there too. I challenged you. I was trying to be nice to you and say you're wrong. And I even messaged you in private through your YouTube message. And I said, you know, it's best that we don't do this in the public eye because it only brings, you know, shame on the flat earth community when two flat earthers are going back and forth with each other. So I wanted to do it in private where we could discuss, just friend to friend, human to human, flat earther to flat earther, and work out our differences. So that way, when you put out a video, it's correct. And when I watch the video, I can watch it in peace. But no, you wouldn't have that. No, you'd never responded to my messages. You never messaged me back. You commented a few times in the main comment in the original video, refuting what I was saying to the point where you had to come back and eventually apologize for your attitude. But that's okay. I told you right in the video, hey, there's no problem, man. You're passionate just like I am. And, there's no harm. But then today you put out this video, which I don't necessarily have a problem with your position in this woofy video. I think you might be right about, how we see the sunset. I know the earth is flat, so I'm not struggling over swallowing the flat earth anymore. My mind is settled on the flat earth. I know I've seen enough evidence in my heart, clearly, that there's no more doubt. Now it's just further proofs and evidences to help other people see. But for me, my mind is made up. Now, if someone else comes and with some new information that says, well, this is why you were seeing it this way, and they can prove that I was wrong, well, then I have to change my opinion. But until that time, I know from our tests have been very scientific, very careful, and done over dozens and dozens of times from different people in different countries and different ways, and they all show the same thing, that there's no curve. It's flat. I was just watching the Nathan Oakley video. I was watching it last night for a couple hours, where they had went and looked at some windmills and these met towers or wet towers or some kind of thing out there in the water. They were 30, 40 miles off, and there you could see the whole entire thing, 30, 40, and he had the camera down on the ground. He had the camera on the shore, on the dirt of the shore. But literally, the water level was almost above the camera. So, I mean, those are proofs. Now, you're going to have globies come in and try to say this, that, or the other, and refute it, and that's okay. This is how we strengthen our cause. Iron sharpens iron. But what I'm wanting to make this video for, Chris, is first of all, I want you to know I'm extending an olive branch of peace to you. I want us to be on the same page. We don't have to agree, but let's be agreeable. And, I'm real patient, but when you respond to me the way you did a few minutes ago, it kind of triggers me. Maybe I shouldn't get triggered over a little shit like that, but it does, because here I am being sincere, trying to help you out. You're looking like a fool, and I'm just like here saying, hey, wait a minute, slow down a little bit. You're looking like a fool to these people. Let's kind of rethink this and approach it from a different strategy. But instead, you shoot back, you retort with, ad hominem attacks against me, insinuating I'm fucking stupid. Now, where does that come from? I mean, let me bring up the comments and questions on your video just from a little bit ago. This guy, Roddy Robin, right here, told you, hey, Chris, what do you do for a living? I'm trying to see if there's a correlation between being a dumb conspirator and being stuck in a dead-end job, yada, yada. So here he is, ad hominem, attacking you. I get it. He's attacking you. He's calling you stupid, and he probably thinks you shovel shit for a living or something because you're a fucking retard. But obviously, you live in a beautiful home. You must make money. So he's obviously not even observant enough to realize you probably have more money than he does. But you come down and answer him, and that's good. You stood up for yourself, and I'm glad you did. And you even asked him here, what do you do, genius? And of course, he didn't give you any good answer or whatever. But anyways, let's go down. And then here was his last comment, and I actually replied to this because he's like, no, 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 no. You're the one who doesn't know how to properly communicate his arguments. And the proof of that is how the majority of comments on your videos are people confused about your points, people pointing out mistakes in your experiments, and people explaining how cameras work. I'm sorry, but you do not explain yourself very well. To which I replied, Roddy, as much as I am for flat earth, I agree with you here. Chris is probably the worst explainer in human history. He makes a lot of, well, it can only be this one way, but then you really never demonstrate what you're saying. He relies on his own assumptions and just says, well, it has to be this way, and I can't see how you can't see it. You say stuff like this, maybe not word for word, but singular, right? But then you don't really give actual proof. Maybe in your mind you think you do, and this is what I'm here for, to help you see that you're not. I believe you're trying. See, I believe he's trying, but until he admits he's horrible at expressing his points, he'll just ramble on and confuse himself and everyone else. And I said, watch my videos to be shown how to explain yourself in your position, whether it's right or wrong. I may be wrong, but at least I'm explaining myself where people can understand. Go to my videos and watch them. All you gotta do is click this link right here. Watch this. Click this link. And here's my videos right here. See them? I just did this the other night. That's a little tiny one. Here's my leap year one I made. And there's more, right? My Globe's Fatal Flaw, an hour and 50 minutes long. I'm going to come on here. Let's look at comments. Now you're going to find out the comments on my videos are completely different from the comments on your videos. Oh yeah, I get plenty of globetards coming on and saying all kinds of stupid shit and questioning me, which they should do. This is how we work it out. But you're not going to have people on here saying, my God, you're confusing. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. What are you trying to say, man? Get your point out. And all these things. Your videos are lined with these types of comments. It should be a red flag for you that you're not communicating your point efficiently, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to help you as a person to communicate better. Wide awake, always feel free. Many thanks, John Smith. You know, Flat Earth Math, I appreciate what you've done here. Remember, and he goes in and expounds, you know. Your video's Fatal Flaw. I stopped at 39 minutes. And then his argument is with something I've said, you know, technicalities and disagreements, which is fine. But he's not saying, you idiot, you can't even speak English. You don't even know how to form a coherent thought. Nobody says that, you know. You know, look at all the replies. Do you see anybody telling me that I don't know what I'm saying? No, it's just people that disagree, which is fine. They can disagree all they want. So, let me pause that. So, going back to this video today, so after I told Roddy that I agreed with what he was saying, even though I agreed with your point, I agreed with his position on you confuse people. This is your reply to me. Just because I talk over your head doesn't mean that other people don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking to people like you. Very nice, thank you, appreciate that. People like me. What, white people? Trump supporters? You know, what kind of people like me are you referring to here, buddy? Idiots? Retards? People who can't understand English? Is this what you're referring to? People who can't understand your ramblings Is this what you're referring to? What exactly are you calling me here? So I told you, perhaps you need to reconsider your attitude, Mr. Chris. I have a 166 IQ. What is yours? I can understand every word you say. The problem is it leads nowhere. It's rambling. I've tried reasoning with you on your 12-hour sunlight video, but you're too stubborn to admit fault. And until you're able to admit when you're wrong, you're always going to be at odds with everyone. I appreciate your heart for God, and I do. I love when you talk about God and give Him glory and praise and honor. That's a great thing. It warms my heart to know that you have a heart like that. And I appreciate the efforts you're putting in. You put in a lot of videos and you've taken time, and I appreciate that. But when you receive constructive criticism, which is what I've been giving you, it's been constructive and friendly, you need to accept it. You already apologized to me once for your arrogant, cockbaggery, douchey attitude, and it may be time for another. So, and then I told you, in fact, you can go back a few days to see that I support your theory. And you can even read other comments on this very video that we're looking at, where I school Wolfie on this, and I question his position. I'm for you, dude. I'm not against you, but you're just bullheaded, and you're stubborn when it comes to hearing other people. And I know Globies are going to feed you shit. See, this is all my comment, but I am not. If I tell you something, it's because my 166 IQ, the best of my ability, when I'm wiping fucking drool off and quit doing shit like this, because I must be a fucking retard, right? All my intellect and my life experience and the things I've done, electronics engineering, fucking physics and engineering and other things that I do, all my life experiences come together and say, wait a minute, something's not right with what someone's saying. I might need to tell them. And this is what I do. I feel it's kind of like my cause in the Flat Earth movement. Call me the police officer of the Flat Earth community. I police what people say to make sure we're not just spewing out a bunch of shit out of our mouths. Because then it makes us look stupid and we lose credibility. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about our credibility. What matters is when some other person who is not a flatty or globetard, or just a normal person like me and you were a few years ago, who doesn't know, who's ignorant, when they stumble across these videos, if they stumble across your video, they're going to be so confused they have no idea which way is up and which way is down, because you have the hardest time explaining yourself. So I don't correct people for no reason or just to troll. I do that, and I offer to do this in private, like I said before, to keep our disagreements from being seen publicly. Like, this video is going to be seen publicly now, but it's the only way I can get to you. Yet you never responded. I'm not trying to discourage you. I want you to press on and figure it out. We're all in this together. We're not enemies here. We're in this together. Even the globetards. We're all in this together. We're on the same, whether it's a planet or a plane or a bowl or a goddamn, it doesn't matter. We're in it. We're on it together with each other. We got to try to be, humans to each other, social. And listen to one another. This is how it works. It's science. Your emotions need to get out of the way. But I just think you're closed-minded. And then, well, look here. You have just responded. I haven't even read this yet. Flat Earth Genius, I know, dude. So explain it for me. I'm just doing my little part. I get that it may not be for everyone, but 5 people that I know personally are now Flat Earthers. So it works for some people. With the Star Trails topic, you can download Slow Shutter for your iPhone. Okay, good. So I appreciate your response there. And, all of us Flat Earthers, well, most of us, I'd say, I can't say all, but a lot of us Flat Earthers who've at least been in this a little bit. I've been in the Flat Earth for almost a year now. I have disciples that now believe in the Flat Earth because of, me, and I'm sure you do too. That's how it works. We get this information, and we can't help but tell others. It's kind of like the gospel. It's good news. It's really good news. Sorry, I've got a little bit of hiccups. But just because we get a convert, Muslims make converts, Mormons make converts, cults make converts, satanic groups make converts. You know, it doesn't mean they're right. More than one person voted for Hillary Clinton. And look at how retarded that decision was. So, I mean, just because people follow you doesn't mean you're right, okay? So, try not to focus on the success of your evangelism per se. Focus on the quality of the material and let the other stuff handle itself. We don't need to look at numbers. We're not in this for a religious cause. We're not in this to get a growing of people and look at our subscriber list every day to see if we gain new subscribers, right? On my video where I just did the moonlight test the other day, you can see, in fact, I'll go there now and show you what I'm talking about. I think it's going to be over here. Now all I wanted to do was just test for myself whether the moonlight was colder or warmer than the shade, because we've all seen the video. So I looked out. In fact, my girlfriend pointed to the door and said, "Oh, come look at the moon. It's a full moon. It was beautiful right out here." So I said, "Man, tonight's a perfect night to do the test." So I couldn't even find my thermometer thing. I had it hidden away. It took me forever to find it. But I found it. Took a pan, put it outside, and ran this little experiment. Just 2 minutes, no big deal. I didn't make any claims. I just showed my experiment. Well, then look at the comments, you know. Right here, this retard is typed 30. I think he forgot the re in front of his name. Not many people interested in your video. 22 miserable viewers compared to Chris Curtis, 1.7 thousand. You need to ask Chris Curtis how to make a video. I mean, I literally, when he typed this, look, 4 days ago. I want you to notice something. His comment was from 4 days ago. Published March 1st, which is 5 days ago. But he did it like, and this was at 11 p.m. at night when I uploaded. So really, you could say it was March 2nd. He put that comment the day my video came. It was just a few minutes after it was like the next, like an hour or two later after midnight. And 22 people, but this is the kind of cult mentality. Who cares about how many people have seen this video? I don't care. I don't know. 57 views. And look, where does it tell me? Somewhere it tells me how many subscribers I got. I think I got 50 or 60 subscribers. I don't care. The subscriptions will come as the content is there, and over time. I don't put out a whole lot of videos. From my Globe's Fatal Flaw video to the last one was months in between, 5-6 months. That's how long I spent studying to do that Globe's Fatal Flaw video. I've got videos, slides, animations, hand-drawn stuff to explain myself. But you, on your video here, on your recent video, on this one here, and I can flip over to it. Let me come over to where you are. Actually, it was on the one. It was on the one before this you did earlier today. It's on the other video you did before this. Here it is. Right here, the whole entire video, you just have this chart up. Watch. You see? So you're trying to explain what you're talking about, but you use this one page And that's not enough information. You can't explain what you're trying to explain just showing your cursor here. I understand what you're trying to say. It's very clear what you're trying to say to me. But many people in your comment section are confused because you just make statements and then you're just wiggling your mouse around. And that doesn't really prove a whole lot. People need to see this from multiple perspectives. They need to see it with a globe. They need to see models set up. They need to see illustrations and videos and really carefully planned out explanations as to why you're coming up with this reason. And then if you do so, maybe you'll take a little bit of the wind out of themselves when they try to rebut you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you, I'm going to end this. We're 30 minutes in. I didn't intend this to be just a few minutes. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I hope you can feel that I'm not mad at you. I'm okay with you. You're a brother to me in Christ. And, you know, you can email me, understandingflatearth@gmail.com, anytime you want. Or you can mail me through YouTube, you know. Or just message me in one of my videos or something, or, you know, give me your phone number somehow. We can talk on the phone back and forth, you know, get to know each other. Forget Flat Earth for a minute. Let's share our testimony or something, you know. But I just want you to know, I want you to hear it from me, not through words in a comment, but straight from me to you, that I'm not upset at you. I understand where you're coming from. Forget about the past. Any words that I said, I apologize for if they were harsh, and I accept, you know, let's just let that be gone. Let's start fresh and try to work together, because I appreciate your spirit and your attitude and your passion. I want you to keep going, you know, and maybe I can help you figure out a way to present the information in a better way. If I can do that, then it will be a benefit to this community, which is really what our goal should be. So I'll leave it at that, guys. You know, I've got some other videos I'm, you know, in the process of working through. I do a lot of modeling and just talking with other people and figuring things out and drawing things. I spend a lot of time, because when I make a video, I want to know that I've thought about it from every perspective. I play my own devil's advocate with myself, and I think about the what ifs, because I don't want to be taken off guard and look like an idiot when someone says, "Well, you forgot the one variable here that changes the whole thing," and then, you know, I look like a dummy because I didn't do my homework. And in some ways, I think that's what you're doing in your videos. You're leaving out little pieces of information that maybe you're not seeing, or you haven't considered, or other people have told you in the comments. The comments are there, the information's there, but maybe you're too stubborn to allow it to come in. And you've got to get through that. You've got to let that stubbornness go, bro. I don't know you, you know, what you've been through, and, you know, we're all our own individual people. You know, we have our ways, and maybe you're just a hard-headed guy, which is good. I'm a hard-head too, believe me. But, you know, we got to bend a little bit. We got to be a little more bendy, you know, like Antonio's ISS door. We got to be a little bendy, you know what I'm saying? Sway a little bit, give a little bit, you know? So anyways, that's my comments for you, bro. Hit me up sometime. I love you. I love all you guys, even you globies. I give you a hard time because you deserve it. You're hard-headed people. But maybe you'll figure it out someday. I hope so. Anyways, until next time, this is the Flat Earth Genius. Peace out, bloods. Now if I can figure out how to turn this off.